That's right. It's kind of blunted in your face, but Wall Street wasn't built for you. It was built for the wealthy. It was the wealthy's means of accessing entrepreneurs as change was occurring. As the railroads were being built, the wealthy were saying, how can we participate in the growth of this American economy so that we can grow our wealth and preserve our wealth? No, Wall Street was not built for the common man. The common man had to find his way in, and then it wasn't like you got to sit in on the board meetings to decide what railroad was going to merge with another railroad and how was that going to interrelate with the steel industry. You didn't get to participate in that. You still don't get to participate in that. And unless you're very aggressive, you don't get to look at their books. But I'll guarantee you, Wall Street does. No, Wall Street was not built for you. You had to find your way in, and you had to find your way in at a very high cost. This is where Samantha enters the picture. And Samantha, for me, only entered the picture about a year and a half ago when Jensen Huang said someday I would have an AI agent. I thought I would buy a computer from him and it would all be built into that computer, but that isn't the case. Sam Altman gave me ChatGPT, and I had to then take my knowledge of Wall Street and the investment world and build that into a prompt so I could ask my AI agent, Samantha, some questions as to determine whether or not a stock was a growth stock and would achieve my ultimate goal. And my ultimate goal, as established in my prompt, is that that they will grow their stock price in excess of 100% over the next 3 years. But first, I've got to know some things about the company so that I can make a good investment decision. Like, what do they do? What do they make? What do they offer? And who is their competition? What problem does their product or service solve? Are their revenues growing? If their revenues aren't growing, there is no way their price is going to go. Are their earnings growing? If their revenues are growing, are their earnings growing? Are their margins expanding? Are they becoming more efficient at what they do so they make more profit on every dollar of revenue that they generate? Is their balance sheet strong? So if they run into some headwinds, can they stay alive to get through the storm? Is their dilution under control? Every stock or every company eventually tries to raise more capital by issuing more shares. Well, how does that affect my share of the company if they keep issuing more shares? Is their management visionary, or are they stuck where they are and not looking for growth in the future? And then, is the company better than their competition? I want to own, if there's multiple companies in an industry, I want to own the best one at it and the one who is best speaking to its audience. What can go wrong? What are the opportunities and what are the obstacles that could disrail the opportunity? And in the base case, if everything goes as they believe it is, will they double? Will their stock price double over the next 3 years? If they aren't, I don't want to buy them. Now, what does that do? That helps me become very selective of what I own. And if I then stay attuned to that by attending their quarterly reviews, their quarterly stock reviews, and going through that transcript and learning what they're projecting in the future, and then analyzing what the Wall Street analysts are saying, now I have a chance to compete with Wall Street because I'm doing exactly what they do, but I am doing it through Samantha. And that's what I am now building. What I've realized is, as I built this, and I built it over the last year, roughly 13 months, and have had tremendous success with it, I said to myself, I've built this tribe of about 1,000 people who are benefiting from what Samantha and I are doing. But what happens if something happens to me? They got to be able to ask Samantha. So that's what I'm building now. I'm building an app so that my tribe members can have the same advantages that I have now and that Wall Street has had for years, but they can have it through Samantha. An app that you can come to my website and you can say, what about this stock? Samantha, does it meet the criteria that it's going to give me a 100% return over the next 3 years? If it does, then I will consider putting it in my portfolio and make a decision collectively within my tribe. The tribe, Best of Us Investors, has a Discord. We discuss what Samantha tells us, and we then make decisions of how to invest in the future. So in essence, what we're doing is duplicating what Wall Street has been doing for years, but has been keeping us out. They only make it available to their clients. And to be a client, you've already got to have $1 million. You've already got to have 100 million. And that's why they never tell you what their rate of return was last year, because really their clients don't care. If you've got 100 million and you make 5% on your money, you made $5 million last year. If you make 15%, you made 15 million. You don't need to make to double your money every 3 years. You don't need it. So it isn't of concern. So Wall Street doesn't have a package that gives you that opportunity. That's what the common man wants. That's what Best of Us Investors is building. If you want to have access to that kind of information, if you want to be part of an organization that actually has the advantages that are there in Wall Street for the very wealthy, well, then you need to join the tribe. And you can do that by going to the link in the description. That'll take you to a landing page. It'll share with you our past success. It'll share with you what our tribe members say, and then you can decide, do I want to be a part of this? Do I want to give my family the opportunity to participate in the growth of this economy as it is going to grow over the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? I don't know, because I only have a vision of about 3, because that's what Samantha gives me. And that's why I ask Samantha.